it's Barb Bobbledyke. So I wanted to share this dream that I had with you, and it was about Justin. Now, not the typical Justin. It wasn't Justin Bieber. It wasn't Justin Timberlake. It was my mentor in the company that I'm building, who I'm working with in regards to learning his tips, getting great, awesome support and advice, resources, just to be off to a really good start with this business that I'm working on building. So his name is Justin, and he is the one that I had the dream about. Now, in my dream, I was in this house with my husband, and Justin was in the backyard on a riding lawnmower mowing our backyard. So totally sort of makes not a lot of sense, but we're sort of going to come back to full circle how I think this works in regards to my business and some of my outlooks that I have. So he's mowing our backyard. He's even fertilizing it at some points. And I'm talking to my husband and explaining who the guy in the backyard is on the riding lawnmower, because it's typically a job that my husband likes to take care of with his yard. So I said, this is Justin, and this is the guy that, started. He's making $1 million with the company. Now it's monthly 6 figures. I mean, just plus, it's just crazy money. But he's doing very well, especially with this new company. So why would he be mowing our backyard? And I was explaining to my husband that this was his way of giving back. He was doing a service for people that he was working with. Again, remember, this is a dream that I was having. So doing this service work, and I remember thinking, what can I do for Justin? What can I do for him? Here he's sort of doing something for me. What can I do for him? And I offered him, I'm like, can I get you something to drink? So I remember going in, it was a very lucid dream, so very much remember all the interactions and stuff going on. And I'm getting him this glass of water, and he comes into the kitchen and is about to drink it, and then my dream ends. So I'm thinking about this and what lessons there are to learn. And even from dreams that can sometimes be very strange, lucid, out of the norm, I think there's lessons to be learned. The lesson that I am taking from this dream is really a message, and Justin may have been sending this to me subliminally anyways, and that's why it just came to me in my dream. I sort of think there is some stock in that, especially if you start to listen to some of his training. In regards to his philosophy with really, helping out humanity, wanting to make the world a better place, wanting to build up people. And I think a lot of that goes back to how we can serve each other and what we can do for each other. How can we help to support and lift up and help solve problems for each other, help people to really break out and experience freedom, financial freedom, freedom from, things that may be oppressing people mentally. There's just so many different things and places where this could go, but really just experience of freedom of the mind, freedom from burdens of finances. And with a lot of his beliefs and a lot of things that he practices, I know he practices yoga and meditation, and with all of that was really sending me this subliminal message that to help ourselves, we need to help others. And how can we give back? How can we support each other? And even though he is doing very, very well, that he was still willing to do this menial servant thing for somebody that he was mentoring. I just thought that was a really cool reflection. I think it parallels a lot in regards to Jesus, when he was actually sitting down with his disciples. Actually, at one point, gets on the ground and starts washing their feet. And he was really saying that, being in the role of serving others, and even he, who is God, was sitting and serving those around him, setting the example. If you if you read the Bible, if you follow any of the Christian teachings, that he was really the one that was setting the example of, how we should live out our life. Love one another, serve one another. And this also reflects on another one of my mentors, Paul, who I join a daily mindset call with weekly. He talks about this numerous times as we study the book Think and Grow Rich, about really serving each other. It's like serving each other creates an abundance in our life. When we have that positive outlook, when we are uplifting and supporting each other, he's talked about some personal situations that he is working on in regards to how he can help, his family member. He's talked about doing some at-home projects where they've worked on, I don't know if it was a fence or roofing, it was something like that. And I know another family member doing some plumbing work, and he was definitely expressing how funny it is because he's not naturally inclined to be the Mr. Fix-It plumber, but that this is something that he's trying to change about himself. And even though he had the money and he could have just paid for a plumber, could have just paid for someone to help his family and friends in these circumstances, that he is just offering his service, that he's giving back. And I'm like, and it doesn't have really a financial value attached to it. It's almost like a priceless thing that you're doing. And so I think all of these messages are coming through, and definitely I am in agreement with it. I totally, support it, love it. I've been doing some of these types of things in different capacities, even if it's just giving somebody a smile or thanking them for what they're doing, no matter what that is. It's just being grateful. So I wanted to share that with you, my lucid dream about Justin, and that great message of let's just think about the things we can do to serve each other, lift each other up, offer an extended hand. Really has nothing to do with the money, has a lot to do with the heart, and everything to do with the mindset. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.